Hello, I'm Mark Longley. I work for Stork Machinery, from the south of England. We're here today at a modern dairy unit, just to introduce the Stork method of making green bedding, separation in general.
So, Mark, tell me a bit, why would we separate slurry?
Many advantages of separating slurry. You've obviously increased your amount of storage in your final liquid tank behind me. You've taken out approximately 18 up to 20% of the quantity that's gone in there. You've also now got a product that doesn't crust and doesn't settle out in the tank, so it needs a lot less mixing prior to going on to the spreading. Umbilical spreading or tanker spreading liquid also leaves far less mess on the grass. It goes in a lot quicker, put the cows back on the grass.
So, Mark, tell me about the nutrients in the slurry.
The liquid content of the slurry, which is now in your tank, having been separated, has nearly all of the nutrients that you want it for us. Solid section, which is over there, is rated as being pretty well inert. It can be stacked in the open. It's not a hazard in any way. It can then be composted or spread on the ground after cut.
Is there any other benefits, and is there any other uses for that for the separated material?
Well, on this farm, the primary reason for doing all of this was to make green bedding. But of course, the green bedding that they need only actually accounts for probably 5% of the day's production going through that machine. The rest of it is a waste, but it is a usable waste and can be spread, as we say, after ploughing. So,
what's the difference between separated material and green bedding material?
In a normal separator, you're only looking to make a stackable solid heap. You're not looking to get it that dry. The green bedding element of it has to be 34% dry matter as a minimum. On this farm, they've got their own testing kit, and they have routinely recorded from our store better 37-38% dry.
So, Mark, go on, just outline the principles of the separating system.
Very simple. All of the yard scrapings are, as with most systems, come down the channel and fed into the reception pit that you'll see on top of. The reception pit in a green bedding system is bottom. Primary reason for that is to mix this material thoroughly on a consistent thickness before it goes out to the machine. The machine will do with that, with everything, but it has to be mixed very thoroughly first. Once it's in the reception pit, the mixer is running. The next step, this machinery is obviously a pump. Our pump over here pushes the material up to our machine on the gantry, and we then have a return pipe coming back down from that machine back to the reception pit, just to overflow anything that the machine cannot deal with at that time.
All right, well, just take me back to the reception tank then. Tell me a little bit more about the mixing and the mixing options that we have for this reception tank here.
In this particular system, we've got an electric propeller mixer down below ground in that tank. That mixer comes on 15 minutes before the rest of the system to thoroughly mix that tank prior to the pump kicking in. The pump and the separator then come on together and will produce the day's bedding nearly always for about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Cool. And how big is that tank, and how big would you advise that tank?
This particular tank is 11 metres long, 3 metres wide and 4 metres deep. So it is a big tank. Many other tank sizes can be actually installed. The farmer here had the luxury of a lot of space and put in a tank that's big enough to accommodate 2 or 3 days supply without running the separator.
Excellent. Okay, so we've got it mixed, various options on the mixer. Tell me a bit about this pump then.
We have here a very standard store long shaft pump. This particular one is 10 feet long. It's an 11 kilowatt 3-phase pump. It has the ability, should it be needed, they can actually mix with this pump. It's got a jetter nozzle below the level that they can move the nozzle around, which will direct flow around the tank inside, just to provide additional mixing. In its present form as it is, it simply feeds through this pipe into the pipe work on the gantry to take the slurry up there, and all of our returns come back down this pipe.
So before we go up to the separator, Mark, we're obviously going to turn the system on. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about the control panel, how it works? Looks like a big complicated box to me.
It's actually very, very simple. This is a very standard panel that we use. This one controls the pump and the separator, and it's linked to the second panel here, which governs the independent mixer. They're all connected to floats, so that it should hit be very full. It will cut in automatically, but in a normal situation, it runs on a timer, so that it's always produced a pile of green bedding for the dairyman when he comes in first thing in the morning. It also has the ability to switch the panel and the pumps off should it be left running and the pit runs empty.
Cool. Start her up then. Okay, Max, we're up at the separator now. Do you want to just tell me a little bit about the model of separator that we've got here and the principle of how it works, please?
Yeah, this is the 800HD heavy duty, which is green bed machine. The difference between this and a standard separator is they have this additional length of screen here. They have a much stronger screen there to withstand the pressure and a longer auger. This holds the product in its compressed form for a longer period of time to get more moisture. The standard separator will run faster because you're not needing it to actually use that right amount of quantity. The screens that are inside here are in 2 sections, one there, and are easily removed. That is a brand new screen for this machine for its next service. As you can see, it's extremely strongly made. It's all in stainless steel, as is the other one, as is the auger that goes down through it. They come in 2 sizes. This is a 1 mil gap to allow the moisture out through it. If we were working on pig slurry, they work on a 0.65 euro slot.
Okay, so how does the separator work then? Explain to me what's going on at the moment.
The slurry from the pump that we saw down below is pumped up to the machine through this pipe into this hopper. It can fill the hopper to this level. That gives the machine enough to work with. Whatever it fills past that point, it will flow away back down to the reception bin.
Okay, so where's this pipe going up to, Mark? This one up in the air.
We give it a breather up there. It is literally to stop it siphoning the material out of the machine. The pipe, all of these machines need a overflow like this because it depends on the consistency of the slurry, how fast the machine can deal with it. When it's thicker, it's slower. When it's wetter, it's faster. This is behind the separated building, just to show you that that is where the separated liquid exits the machine deck, comes down and across and into our storage tank. We have there the tank capable of holding 3/4 million gallons of separated liquid, which, with the roof on it as well, which we put on last year, gives him enough storage for actually the whole winter. And
What sort of cow numbers is he on?
he's milking at the moment 350.
And followers are on site as well.
That follows you on. So the whole intention of the system is that eventually the dairy will be capable of milking 5 million. Separator. And as you can see, the building is built especially for this section. If you're trying to make green bed, you want the building as weatherproof as possible. You want to make the stuff as dry as possible at the start, but keep it and use it fresh. This system that we've got here, green bed is into this room where we are. They make enough for the bedding for that day, and that can take, no, it doesn't take any more than a couple of hours. Once they've got enough there for bedding, we don't need the rest of the day's slurry production to come into this room, so we provide the outside into the collection yard and bring down with in the program.
So, Mike, what are the cost implications and what's the benefits financially of green bedding?
Cost implications are the main driver, I would say, of people going on to green bedding when they've got rising prices of sawdust, chopped straw, miscanthus, any of the other beddings. People paying £30,000-40,000 a year for their bedding and rising are attracted to green bedding when an installation cost in the region of £50,000 for the machine, all the controls and the pumps, etc. And that's an install price. So in a lot of cases, payback is very often in the second year of operation. We're back where we started. I've run through the base separation system. Thanks for watching the video, joining us today. If you'd like to know more information, please do contact us at the store head office, and I will see you again.